expert when it comes to solo infiltrations. But now you have buddies who will fight alongside you. Use your iDroid to deploy them whenever you like. The role of your buddies is to support you during missions. There's more than one way for them to do that. To get the most out of a buddy's abilities, you need to give the right order for the situation.
Since this was a solo mission, I had to take extra caution. I'm 22.6 miles behind enemy lines, and the first thing I had to do was put boots in the ground, secure the landing zone, and check my 20 on the iDroid. I decided to dismount my transportation system, which is my horse, and scout out what I can see from here of that Soviet guard post right to my 12. Now, it was crucial to stay low because these guys are constantly active. I do have the cover, or I do have the advantage of it being super early, about 0600 in the morning, so most guards are probably asleep or just waking up, so it won't be fully aware as if they are later throughout the day. So I decided it's best to move up, get out of their line of sight, dismount my horse, and then traverse slowly. But then I encounter another problem, as you'll see. I do also decide to do an additional CTR on that mountain system. For one, that could be enemy or Overwatch or, sharpshooters, scout snipers, whatever, you name it, on that mountain system anywhere. It doesn't even have to be that, they could just be there. Two, I got this Soviet guard post still to my 3 o'clock, so no shots were able to be taken, just conducting some reconnaissance. And I have to move very slowly. Even with my BDUs, I still stick out like a sore thumb. So when I get dead in sight, which is about right now, I'll go ahead and lay down, move slowly, and then I end up encountering problem number 3, which you'll also see very shortly after I traverse the system while staying out of line of the enemy guard posts. only had about like a few more meters or even yards to go, and then I encountered a very close call involving an enemy, and I'll let you witness it here. Yep, that's right. You're not tripping. That's a hostile convoy. Some hostile motor. I don't know where the road is. It's a very wide and not linear at all map. So, therefore, I just have to locate the source. And I came up here and surprise, there it was. And I don't know where it's coming from, left to right. So I found the nearest source of cover / camouflage there is. And I have to do it quick because it's danger close. And you'll see it in about now. After that tragedy, I move into the fort. This is the entrance. It is very, very poorly guarded, so this breaking and entering phase was very easy for me. And I had just completed phase line Bravo, which was infiltrating the compound. Even though I was not 100% in, I was closer to being in than being out. So I stay down because I don't know who's here, and I also have to find a way in without going the main route, because that obviously isn't the best way or the best technique for a nice stealthy infiltration. Therefore, I'm checking all of my surroundings, make sure there's no enemy personnel or just personnel period in general. And I have to do this very slowly and quickly at the same time. Right here, I was able to locate and identify two possible sources of infiltration, a stealthy infiltration. Now there are several reasons why I cannot infiltrate through the main road down below. For one, that is the most obvious infiltration point of an enemy that the enemy would expect. Therefore, I have to find a more complex route. And the second reason being, if enemy combatants decide to send a patrol, like their CO decides to send a patrol of foot soldiers, they're going to come through that road to get out the base. And they send patrols a lot in this area. I'm near the Samasi fort. Therefore, I have to go for a more complex and risky infiltration point, but it'll also be safe. So it'll be risky and safe. And you'll see why right here shortly. So I went through my second infiltration route. As you see, a long way down, and I cannot afford to get injured or fall down because I'll receive a critical injury. Now this did go from Metal Gear Solid to Splinter Cell really quick, but it was also very smart and tactical. And I'm sure you'll agree afterwards. And at the end, I did have another near-death experience that could have compromised this entire op. Not with the enemy, just you'll see. Haven't even infiltrated the objective. Haven't even got to phase line Charlie yet, and I'm already almost got killed. Even on a recon mission. CTR, Coast Target Reconnaissance. Now this is where things kind of get, you know, a little up close and personal. This is a recon op, so I am only prohibited to drop 1 or 2 bodies, one of those including the CO, which I'm not going to do. It is very, very ideal that I avoid all hostile contact while staying in a good recon position and scouting out the area. Now, I am very danger close to enemy presence, so this time I have to advance slowly for real. And this time there is no maybe the enemy's there. This time there's a guarantee that the enemy's there. So moving slow is really my only option to not being spotted. Now I have approached green foliage, so I have to move extra slowly until I get into more camouflage position. No, I should have brought my woodland camo. Man, 83s. Keep in mind here, I am on a three-day tight schedule, and this is a deep cover spy-like operation, so concealment is my best friend on this sort of op. Now, up here, I get eyes on the compound. That's the fort. Fortified by natural terrain. Pretty smart place if you ask me, and the smartest thing the Soviets have done. But wasn't so smart because I was still able to get in. Anyways, I do spot an enemy engineering area, and I spot some kind of openings in the rock formation. Looks like a built-in temple. And I move up here, conduct a recon position. I spot more enemy bivouacs and a barracks off to my left-hand side. And this crucial, I scan all the enemies. Now it is 0800, 0900. I think it might even be 1200 by this point. 6 hours on the ground. So enemies are starting to waken up, and they're on their patrols. So they'll be also be more aware if they had chow. But that's all another story. But let me nut up really quick. This is my time to get serious, to spot out everything, and I cannot miss anything, or therefore the operation compromise, anything crucial especially. Now I do spot a couple of cells that there may be holding potential prisoners, but I'm not here for that. I'm here for a weapon granted by the Central Intelligence Agency, or Langley as their nickname, and I'm supposed to be acquiring that for them. But first phase of this op is to conduct recon on this place, tell the CIA what we're getting our hands into. These enemies are a lot closer than my magnifier is making them seem. So if I ever zoom out of the scope, like just about now, then you'll see how close they are by the markers over top of their head after I spot them. and it's the entire compound. So the enemies you see through the scope / magnifier, expect them to be at least 10 meters closer. Or yeah. Wasn't much I could spot from that recon position, so I decided to get down low and scan over. But I do realize that I'm only able to get very, very minimal intel from my position right now. So moving left will also be another option. But I'll be extremely close to the enemies, so I have to take extra precaution there. Just great. I thought I couldn't get any worse. Here we got a sandstorm. But I feel like this happened for a reason, so I went back, got a more comfortable position, and rested my eyes until the sandstorm approached. Or faded away, sorry. I'm now 29 miles behind enemy lines, and on top of that, I'm in a hostile compound / camp. Therefore, I really can't afford to do anything misleading to the op, and I cannot jeopardize it at this point. So stealth, these natural sandstorms, and weather changes are really my best friend, as I said previously, alongside concealment. Sandstorms faded away, and I decided to get Oscar Mike. I move over to this right position, which will actually become my campsite position, or my temporary camp / bivouac, later on. Now I do spot a few more foot soldiers moving throughout the compound, like they just woke up, moving in from the barracks over to my 10 o'clock. Then I decided to move left and conduct recon from over there. That's the barracks right there. Decided to move left, conduct some extremely dangerous close reconnaissance, and then move back and get some rest. Alright, well, that's gonna end it from the narration. Just told you what I'm gonna do, and I guess I'll catch you guys at day 2.